Hi Sagittarius, I am here with your general tarot reading for the month of May 2018. I'm a little bit late with getting these up, but in the future I plan to have a system that's going to be in place to work. All right, so this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Remember, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate to your particular situation. Remember that you can also, or I encourage you to look at the cards as I'm pulling them. So it's like if you get something different from what I'm saying from the cards, remember, like, go with your intuition because this would be a way of making the reading, a general reading, more personalized to your particular situation. Okay. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, what's in store for the month of May 2018? All right, so starting off, it shows that you're coming into the month with the Eight of Wands energy. There's a little bit of sunlight coming off there, but I'm sorry, Eight of Swords energy. I said Eight of Wands, but that there's some mental conflict going on. However, crossing you is the Three of Cups, which could be positive or negative depending on how you're looking at it. Your crowning thoughts is the Five of Cups. Spiritual factor that you can't see, that you may not be aware of, is the Two of Pentacles. What's behind you is the Devil. So that's good. It's in the past, right? You're coming up in your near future on the Queen of Cups. Your advice is the Two of Swords. We're going to have to clarify that, which I feel like that can almost be like using intuition though. Your environment is the Seven of Swords in reverse. That card's always better in reverse. Kind of checking. Okay, I just wanted to check and make sure with my deck. Okay, and then also in your hopes and fears, I have the Moon card, and that came out in reverse. And your final outcome is the Star card. So going a little bit deeper into your reading, kind of breaking it down. It looks like you're coming into the month of May with a lot of things on your mind, a lot of things that may be stressing you, causing you some internal conflict, feeling like you're trapped and not knowing which direction you want to go in, what to choose at this time. And I feel like that's the reason you're feeling this way is probably because of like leaving this devil energy in the past. So it could be something that's related to addiction. It could be a Capricorn individual that you left behind in the past, like a relationship that ended of some type, or like having, like, if it was an addiction, just having like that particularly, it could be a codependent relationship even, right? And it's like even though you've left it behind, like you're having some feelings of loss over it because you're feeling like, this is what you're thinking, that you feel like you've lost something, like you are looking at the loss and not looking at like the potentiality of the two cups that are still standing, right? What's crossing you is the Three of Cups, and I said like this can be good or bad depending on what your particular situation is. So it could be like there's actually a reason to celebrate that is coming across your path soon, or this also can represent like a three-party situation, and of course that could have been related to you finding out some information in regards to the Capricorn that you have left behind. So like maybe there was a relationship and you decided to give it up. Or maybe if this is dealing with addictions, that this is just like, having too much fun, like having too much of a good time and needing to leave that aspect of things behind. And so since this is showing that this is crossing you, so just being aware that if you've left this energy, that addictive energy behind, and you have like some type of celebration to deal with, to go to or to attend, then you want to be sure to keep that in your mind, that like, okay, I can't go back to where I was. So maybe you're thinking about that, like that I can't drink anymore. I can't do maybe drugs that I was doing anymore. Or this relationship, that used to be fulfilling is no longer fulfilling. It's not giving me what I want. And the energy that you're moving into, like I said before, is the Queen of Cups. And so this could be like a new individual that's entering your life, or you may be taking on some of the energies of uh, of the water signs, right? So water signs would be Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. So this could be an individual that you're going to meet. And I don't know why, but I'm just like, be careful, like making sure to govern your thoughts, like to just make sure that this person isn't trying to get, because this person's holding a cup, right? So, and when we look at the things that were related to possible addiction, right? It's like those cups are there. So just being sure that if it's something that's dealing with that, that this individual is not like trying to entice you back into a situation that you were once in, all right? And so that can be like if it was a love situation as well, that they're not trying to become like a little bit different, like give you some softer energy and like, okay, like let's try to smooth this over. Like my cup is only for you. I'm not worried about, these other people that you've heard about or you found out about, whatever. Like I'm trying to just give you my cup. And what's underneath everything, the spiritual factors, is just trying to balance things, trying to bring like some type of balance into your material world, because a lot of times like when things come in, they happen to us and that can be really stressful. I see the stress that's happening right now. And so I feel that you'll be able to gain that balance because of like structure that you may already have set up, maybe material supports that you have in your environment, such as like friends or family. Because even though these are showing coins and that particularly can deal with money, right? It could be a money situation that has you. Oh, that's true too. It's like it could be a gambling situation that you were dealing with. But it's like you have like the ability to balance. It's like it's spiritually there for you. You just have to tune into that energy. And I know that this card we have like in your advice card, the Two of Swords, and this usually would not be good advice, right? But I just feel like she is like, instead of like having trouble with making a decision out of two things, because at least I'm like we got from the Eight of Swords to the Two, so it's like some things may be reduced off of you. But I feel like your advice is more so like to go within, because like if you think about it, her eyes are um like bound or whatever, and she has like these swords in her hand. Like she has to like really intuit like what she's going to do, like which steps she needs to take. She has to tune in to what's going on around her so that she can get like the guidance forward that she needs. So that's what I'm getting from the card, more so than like for you to be like stuck in things. It's like no, like to really like tune in, like be intuitive. The moon is in that picture as well. In your environment is the Seven of Swords in reverse. And so this is a situation where you're leaving behind, right? Like you're pulling out of that energy, like where someone may have tricked you into something. Maybe you felt like you were bamboozled or someone took advantage of your kindness in some way. And it's like they snuck off, but it's like you're moving out of this energy because it's coming out in reverse. So it's like it's something that you've already moved through. Or if you haven't dealt with that, then that you'll be able to avoid, right? So you don't have to worry about that. I feel like your intuition is like leading you away from situations that would make this card have the possibility to be in the upright, where someone's getting something from you without you being aware of it. In your hopes and fears, I feel like this may be a fear of yours. Now, this could be dealing with a Cancer individual, because the moon does represent Cancer, but it would be like the dark side of Cancer individual if this is representing a Cancer, because the card did come out in the reverse. So therefore, it's either like the dark side of Cancer, or because I see like the Scorpio sign there too, maybe the dark side of a Scorpio. And then if we take it there, I guess we can say the dark side of a water sign that's just coming out, and you're like, okay, that's what you're fearing. You don't want to see that side of them. You're hoping that, this person can really be nice, that they can actually be trusted, but it's like they're coming up in the reverse. Now, that's if it's a person. Now, this can also just be the energy, and this could be something that you're fearing as well, because I don't think that people are usually hoping for the moon in reverse. Because the moon represents like having that intuition, having that clarity, and I feel that that's kind of like where you may be, like feeling like, okay, all of these thoughts going in your mind, and you want to think more intuitively, but you may be having some difficulty thinking that way because of the situation that you're dealing with, all of the physical factors that are going on. What I see is that you're leaving the month like with the star card, and that's in the upright. So I feel like that's really positive, of course, because this can be an Aquarius individual that comes in order to provide some guidance to you. But it also represents like having a wish or something fulfilled, something that you were hoping for. If you were hoping that, like this new person is going to like maybe confess and like be able to like work things out or whatever, or if you're hoping for a new beginning, I feel like whatever it is that you desire at this time, like this is your card to make a wish on, and watch that wish manifest by the end of May. Now, what I'm going to do is like pull a few angel answers card by Doreen Virtue, just to provide some additional guidance to see if they have to say something similar to what we saw in the reading. Like I said, that could be dealing a reading that I feel like it dealt like with either, say like a love affair that went awry, with a Capricorn, and where that person's trying to change things up, possibly, right? Maybe they had an affair. And then it's some information that comes to fruition for you. And you're like, okay, like what do I do with this information? I really do love this person. I care about them, but I'm just like hurt right now. I don't know how to deal with all of this. But I like the outcome. I like that it shows that you will be able to balance things, okay? It also shows that you will be using your intuition to move you through whatever situation. So whether it's an individual or it's an addiction, because you can be addicted, of course, to individuals as well. So codependent relationship, or if it was someone that, if it was addiction to like drugs, gambling, alcohol, food, whatever it is, it shows that it's well in the end. Okay, the card that you received here is compromise. Like I said, the lighting is really off, so I can't see it well, so I'm sure you won't be able to see it awesomely. But it does say compromise on the card. So you want to, and it's like, it shows like an individual like kind of balancing things. And so that's what this card reminds me of. Just knowing that you have like that spiritual guidance that's there, that's going to allow you to balance things. I feel like if this individual is asking you back and saying that they're going to change, because I see like the moon card in reverse, and it's like, if they're trying to put on some water sign like tendencies, it sounds like a no would be the answer to give them. And if you're like having a question that's been like burning for you, then it also would be a no for that answer. This next one says, because I'm showing them, but they're not showing because these are like really glary. It says to look for a sign. And so again, like I feel like that goes with using your intuition. Like the signs are there. All you have to do is look for them. And last but not least, the last card says to get more information. So if someone's like telling you that, that they're going to change, or that it wasn't what you thought it was, or you meet someone new, because this could be somebody new coming in for you, right? That is a water sign, sun, moon, and rising individual, or has those qualities, then it's like you may want to get more information. before moving forward and like really becoming involved with this individual. And definitely, if it's something that's dealing with addiction, you just want to make sure, because like I said, I got the feeling that this card could represent somebody just trying to pull you back into something that you're trying to move away from, that you have moved away from, and they're like, but here, like, I have this cup, why don't you take a sip, you know? All these cups going on, right? And hopefully it's not that. I'm hoping that for you guys it's like a reason to celebrate that's actually coming through, because it can very well be that, right? It can be you being trapped in fear. But so sometimes we have anxiety over positive things that happen in life. It's not always like something negative has to happen. It's like it can be something, you know, you're just so excited about like this new opportunity that comes in or something. So you can feel like, you know, like I don't know which direction to go in. Like I need some advice, or I'm feeling a loss. Like if it's leaving some, say, if it was leaving a job that you've had in the past, and it's like, okay, now I'm going into something new that's going to bring me some type of fulfillment, but I still feel anxious. But just remember, like, your guidance is your advice. Like, this is the biggest thing. Use your intuition. Like, it won't guide you wrong, right? Using that intuition, the moon on this card represents like intuition, and I just feel that by her being blindfolded, what else could she use? Like, she can't like look around and physically see what's going on, so she has to use like her intuition in order to move forward in whatever situation. So I hope that this reading has been helpful for you, Sagittarius. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you want to. I hate when people just like do it. I'll be putting out love readings hopefully like later this week. I'll just focus on love specifically. Remember that these are generals. It may not apply to your specific situation, and I will see you guys next in the next few days for a love reading. Take care and bye for now.